Hey, what's up everyone? It's Stephanie from stephandkeytv, and I'm here to review Vanderpump Rules Season 8, Episode 19, A Tale of Two Pool Parties. So we are opening up with the Toms entering Sir, and they have to fulfill their duties because Sir lost the softball team challenge against Tom Tom. So the two Toms are there getting ready to clean that nasty bathroom. I don't know why they agreed to this. Like, no, I would never. And they're scrubbing the floors in the toilet with toothbrushes, getting stuff in their mouth. I'm just disgusted. Lisa walks in and asks them what the hell they're doing. And they explain that they lost, so they have to clean the toilets in the bathroom with toothbrushes. And then Tom Sandoval sticks the toothbrush in his mouth. Yeah, these are the people on your show. So it's disgusting. So now we're like, they're done. I guess Schwartz didn't wash his hands, which is lovely. I mean, they're just gross. Like, what was the point of this scene? We really didn't need to see it. But now we're moving on. James Kennedy is back. The white Kanye is back DJing. Everybody's happy. Guillermo is happy. He was so pissed when they fired James, and he was so pissed. He was like, that was our best night. We had so much business. I feel like he still has some resentments towards Katie because of that. But he's very happy. He daps James up while he's DJing. Raquel comes over. She's super excited. And yeah, this is where we are right now. So hopefully, I mean, it seems like James, like after the show, like now time, James has said it's been 9 months since he's been sober, so seems like things are going well for him. So I hope it continues to be this way, because I feel like I mean, not that James is like the greatest person, but he's a funny character on the show, so I hope he can maintain his sobriety. I mean, I do like his confessionals and the way he makes fun of people, but I feel like I hope he can maintain his sobriety, because the show is like getting really boring and we need something. So the Toms run into Brittany, and Sandoval reveals that he's having his own pool party because Jax disinvited him, and Brittany's pissed. And she's like, well, y'all don't ever have anybody over, so like all of a sudden you want to have people over? And he's like, well, we had people over last night, and honey, you weren't there. He didn't say that, but she wasn't, so okay, I just have to say that I'm watching the episode as I'm reviewing this, because I just feel like I don't feel like taking notes on the show. So I just want to add my freshest. And I feel like I'm glad Schwartz called Jackson as well, because I feel like he the most tap dances around Jax's horrible behavior. And I'm glad that he finally said something about it, even if it was just to Tom, which I probably feel like that's how he feels safest, is talking to Tom about Jax. But at least he said it on camera, because like people like tiptoe around this dude. I mean, I get it. Maybe they're afraid to get punched in the face because he is a much bigger dude than they are. But like, he's a jerk, and I wish they would just admit it. Like, why do they put up with this? So we've been getting a lot of throwaway scenes with this new cast, because I guess we need some filler stuff. Because I don't even know why I still watch the show, but I do. And so Brett and Dana are on a date. They go to a restaurant that Charlie works at. This girl is working. She needs 2 jobs to support herself. I'm all for it. And after she brings them their drinks, the first thing she does is make fun of Brett's flannel shirts. And then, of course, like the shady editors of Bravo showed the flannel shirt of him on the date with Charlie, and then like the flannel shirt of him now on the date with Dana. And so then Dana, of course, like has to jump in and support her man and saying, oh, he's a sexy Paul Bunyan. And Charlie's like, is he though? Really? And Dana's like, yes, he is. Whatever, Dana. So Dana and Brett are having a good time with his new curly hair. And they're talking about Max having an issue with them being together, and she's just like, he needs to get over it, which he does. Like, and then Brett in his confessional is talking about how he talked to Max about going to lunch with Dana, it's fine. Going to dinner with Dana is fine, but having sex with her, he hit a wall. I'm like, why are you asking your friend if it's okay if you have sex with your girl that you're dating? I feel like that's a little too close for comfort and a little too weird of a friendship that you guys have. I mean, if you're gonna go after her in the first place, that's where you ask, like, yo, I'm gonna go date this girl that you used to date. Are you cool with it? And then that's it. If he says yes, you don't need to be asking him about how far you can go with her. I don't even really care about Brett and Max with their racist asses anyways. I don't care, but they're on the show and this is ridiculous, and it comes as quickly as it goes. And like, now we're moving on to the next scene. I really want to get into these pool party duel showdowns. I want more people to go to Sandoval's party. Not only because Jax is such a jerk, but I just want to see the blowout and the reaction of it. I feel like Tom and Ariana would have a much more fun pool party. I feel like Jax would complain the whole time and make up all these rules, and who wants to be there anyways? He's such a miserable person. All right, so Brittany comes home. She's all upset. Jax is cooking it looked like some kind of lasagna or mac and cheese dish. I don't know. But he's cooking this big old dish and she's pissed because she tells him what happened. And of course he's angry and blames everything on Sandoval. And Brittany has the nerve to be like, it's petty. Do you not know who you're married to? He is the king of petty. This is all Jax does is petty. Like, give me a break. And so he's like, of course, Sandoval's petty. That's what he does. And he's complaining about like showing people the texts and stuff. And it's like, did you like the whole reason that you were sending these rage texts back and forth and knew everything that was going on and what people were saying about you is because your little wife was going back and texting you everything that people were saying about you. And then you rage texted them some more. So it was like, this couple makes me want to vomit. But so then she says, I just feel like if you hadn't rage texted Max, none of this would be happening. And he's like, also, it's all my fault. Yes, Jax, it's all your fault. And she's trying to dance around it, but she's basically, yeah, if you didn't rage text Max, this wouldn't be happening. And now you've ruined my pool party. I feel like she's more upset with the pool party, and Jax is just mad in general. So he's mad at Sandoval, of course, and then he starts listing off all the bad things that Sandoval did to him, and it's just like, if we're really gonna do that, let's do that. I wish that the editors would be a little more shady and continue to show all the things that Jax did to Sandoval in comparison, and they would never even measure up. So whatever, Jax. He gets mad and he goes to the gym to let off some steam, and she says you've been to the gym like 3 times. So okay, sure, but whatever. Okay, apparently Jax really is going to the gym. They have him going on Instagram Live telling everybody he's going to the gym, and then they show him on the show going to the gym. They show one class anyways, so I feel like he's overcompensating. I do not believe that this man is not cheating on this woman. I don't feel like he ever stopped. He just hasn't got caught. Yeah, I don't trust this dude at all. So Lisa walks in with Ken to Tom. They talk about like they're doing a photo shoot. Sandoval suggests an anniversary party. They're down. And then Ken reveals that they've actually made a profit from Tom, and they want to take some of that profit and invest it in expanding Tom to like an outside area. And they need to know by Monday from the Toms if they want to reinvest. And I feel like this is a no-brainer. Why not make more money? Do it. So we'll see. I feel like they're going to dance around the issue to create some drama, but I feel like they're ultimately going to do it because why wouldn't you want to make money with Lisa and Ken? Okay, I'm laughing because, all right. So Lauren from Utah, she comes over to Brittany's house and Jax calls and she's talking to him and he's asking about Randall and she starts to say something and then he's like, you know what, just don't come. He's a psycho. And she's like, calm down. We're getting to it. And then he starts complaining to her about Brittany, and Brittany's like, I'm right here. I just said, like, I want you to calm down. You're going back to your old ways. He hangs up. And then, so Lauren from Utah asks, like, Brittany, like, is this how he acted before? Of course, like, how are you? I feel like people are just trying to act like that this new Jax has been here for like years and years and years. He hasn't even, this new Jax hasn't even been here that long. And I feel like it's a facade. It's been a joke. And I feel like everybody sees it but them. And of course he's been this way. I feel like whatever nice little calmness he had was just to get to the wedding so that people would love on him and show him attention and pay him all this attention. So he had to pretend to be nice so he could get this attention. And now, like, all of, like, who he is as at the core is coming back out, and I don't know why they're so surprised. And so Brittany's upset. So Lauren from Utah goes, okay, well, let's try to get some fun, like, Jax asked about a fun DJ, and she's like, well, I recommended James, so let's call James. And I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. She asked him if he wants to DJ at the pool party for Jax, and he's like, well, you know, thank you so much for inviting me, but I already agreed to DJ at Tom's. I knew it. I knew it was coming. And that's what they get. I hope nobody comes to this party. This horrible party hosted by these horrible people. I hope nobody goes. So we're at Dana's comedy show. Like Stassi, Bo. Who else is there? Lauren from Utah. And then Max is there first. He comes there first, and then Brett comes in, and then Stassi is shady and saying, oh, it's so great that you both are here to support your girlfriend. That did not go over well with Max at all. So Dana gets on, she does her comedy. She has very dark comedy, which of course Stassi loves because she's a dark, racist person, so her cup of tea. And then now that we're all gonna go off to some other little lounge area, have a good time. We keep getting check-ins from Jax's Instagram stories talking about him going to the gym 5 million times. Oh, and now his wedding ring is back on, so it's such a hard life being questioned all the time where his wedding ring is. Maybe if you weren't such a psycho who's cheated on every single one of his girlfriends, including your now wife, people wouldn't be asking you about this, you psycho. So I feel like this is going to be like the whole episode. We're just going to get Instagram check-ins of Zach's workout. I mean, Zach, what did I say, Zach? Jax's workout. Yeah. So we get a quick scene with Lisa and Ariana, and Lisa just asking like how Ariana's doing. She's talking about how she's feeling much better. She's exercising. She's got her book coming out, so she has stuff to look forward to, and she's just really working through her depression, which I think is amazing, and I wish people would just get off her back, especially people who've never dealt with depression before. They have like no idea what it's like, so cut her some slack. Get off her back. And there are way worse people on this show, honestly. Whatever. And so Lisa's talking about this charity event that she's hosting called the Covenant House, and well, that's the name of the charity, and so she's hosting an event, and Ariana is just talking about some of the things she'll bring there, and then they get into the dueling pool parties, and just talking about how much of a mess it is, and what Jax did, and Ariana's just talking about like, well, when your friend, your maniac friend is like bullying you all the time, and she's like, who? I'm like, Lisa, really, who? Who else do you think? The guy that you fired 1 million times in the past, Jax. Who else bullies their friends into submission? Nobody else on the show is a bigger bully than him except for Stassi and Lauren from Utah. And so she's just like, Ariana's just like, nobody's losing anything by not being friends with him. And Lisa doesn't say anything in rebuttal, so I feel like she thinks the same way pretty much. I mean, I feel like she's loving like how he's pretending to mature and being married and all that stuff, and she thinks it's great, but like deep down inside, like, come on, Lisa, you know who this guy is. Like, I was gonna say kid, but he's 40, so never mind. But yeah, who wants to be friends with him, and why? So now everybody's out celebrating Dana. Everybody went to a little comedy club event. They're celebrating with her at having dinner. Sheena comes in later and they're talking about the dueling pool parties. Lauren from Utah gets Buck for some reason and is talking about, oh, I'm a grown woman, I'm going to Jackson Brittany's house. And it's just like, okay, because those are some grown-ass people, right? Including you, like, give me a break. Whatever. And she's talking about calling Tom and Ariana's house like a frat house with no furniture or food. I'm always like on Tom and Ariana's side, but that was kind of funny. I don't support anything Lauren from Utah says, but that was kind of funny. And she just seems like such a bitter, angry person, so I feel like her and Jax are like perfect to be friends. She's so mad all the time at Tom and Ariana when they've done nothing to her. I don't understand. And she's been nothing but bitter and salty. And they're mad at Tom and Ariana for having another pool party. I'm like, well, then be mad at Jax. I feel like, thank goodness, like, Stassi's the only one who's like, well, I'm going to talk to him because something's up. And I don't like Stassi either, but she's the only one who's like saying something like, this is not an everybody else problem. This is a Jax problem. Nobody would be fighting right now if it wasn't for Jax. He's a dick, and you guys want to cling to his friendship, fine, whatever, but like, I don't feel like everybody else should be held hostage just because you guys haven't woken up yet to the drama. And so and then Lauren from Utah wants to stir up some drama and talks about Brett and Dana making out the night before. And Dana's sad because you shouldn't have trusted that big mouth, but you did, so now you gotta suffer because Max is all bitter and starts like being a baby about it and complaining about them making out as if it was any of his business. So this dinner went like all the way left. It goes from Dana and Max fighting to Max and Brett fighting to Sheena and Dana fighting to Sheena and Brett fighting. And then Lauren from Utah jumping in, Stassi jumping in, Bo jumping in. Lauren from Utah started this whole mess, so whatever. I'm really surprised that Stassi and Bo are the only reasonable ones here and the only ones that are making any sense, because I don't like either of them. But I feel like they're the voice of reason at this table, which is really sad. I mean, I guess it's not saying much because of Dana, Brett, and Max are like, I mean, I try to like Dana. Sometimes she's cool, but like Brett and Max are fighting and saying like you said you have feelings for her. I don't want you to have feelings for her. I don't want you guys to be together. I don't want to hear about it. Just tell her that you have feelings for her. I don't. Brett goes, I don't. And everybody's like, oh shit. Except for Sheena. Sheena's in the corner smiling about it and relishing in it, the fact that Brett is like, I don't have feelings for her. Then he does some weird mind game thing where he's like, I don't have feelings for her. I like being around her and close to her. And Lauren from Utah is just like, that doesn't make any sense. And poor Dana's like sad on the verge of tears. And it's a hot mess. And Stassi finally has to step in and just be like, cut it out. Like, pick a lane. Either you're going to be with her or not. And if you're not, then don't worry about who she's messing with. And Bo's championing her on and basically saying, you know, like, poor Dana, like, you guys, like, just leaving her here crying, not knowing, like, what's going on, and just figure it out and then move on. And I don't understand. I feel like this is Dana's fault. You knew you knew Max was a boy when you got with him. and you got with him anyway, and multiple people told you, so then you went to his best friend. What makes you think he's not going to be one too? And multiple people told you about him too, so hopefully she learns from this and finds somebody else who doesn't work at this restaurant, because they're slim pickings and not much quality here. Move on, Dana. Move on. This. Okay, so they're at the Covenant House doing charity work, and then drama between Brittany and Ariana, because they were the only ones helping. I feel like this was staged. And so Lisa asks how everything's going with Brittany. Brittany's like, I'm sad because Jax and I are fighting, and I'm mad at Tom Sandoval because he hurt my feelings. And it's just like, give me a break. And so they're talking about like what happened, and Ariana's trying to get Brittany to realize it's Jax's fault. Like, if he didn't rage text everybody and hurt, and then Lisa's like, maybe he hurt other people's feelings, and she's like, well, I just wish people would have respect for me. And it's it's hard to have respect for you when you're married to a monster and nobody wants to be friends with him. And then Ariana pretty much says, if it wasn't for you, I don't know how many friends Jax would have. And Brittany retorts, well, I feel like everybody would be friends with him except for Tom Sandoval. I feel like it's Tom Sandoval's the only one with the problem. And Ariana in her confessional was like, I'm not even friends with him now. And like, honestly, like, why are people friends with him? He's a whore. Whatever. So they're friends with him. I don't think Katie would be friends with him if it wasn't for Schwartz. I don't know if Kristen would be friends with him if it wasn't for Brittany, especially after that blowout last episode. Like, what friends would he have besides Lauren from Utah and Schwartz? And why? And Stassi and Bo. Because I feel like Stassi and Jax are like the same. So then they bring up the party again, and Ariana was like, well, actually, like, I don't really think so, because it was everybody else's idea that we have the new party. And she brings up the names, so she brings up Katie, so that's going to be some drama. She brings up Dana and Danica, I think, and so we'll see, because, you know, Brittany's not going to like that. All right. So you may not know this, but I'm not a Katie fan, but I love any time that she rips apart Jax, because it's just, I love it. It's like candy in my mouth. So Katie and Tom Schwartz are at dinner talking about their new wedding rings and stuff, and Brittany rage texts Katie, and then her little lackey Lauren from Utah rage texts Katie too. So Katie's like about to cry. I don't know, like for Brittany, whatever. So she calls Brittany, and it's just like, why are you like blaming this all on me? This is all Jax's fault. And then Brittany starts like just screaming into the phone, and Schwartz calls her an idiot. You're being an idiot. And then so Brittany's like, well, you rage text people all the time, so you should understand. Okay, one thing you don't want to do, Brittany, is when you're trying to get people on your side, is to point out their flaws and all the wrong things they do. That's never going to get them on your side. So Brittany's like, bye, and hangs up, and we're done with that. Now let's get on to this pool party, because I've been waiting for this. I really want to see who goes to whose party. So Jax is back from his 15th time at the gym. Brittany's taking shots, and they're talking about the whole situation with Brittany and stuff. And she just goes into like, this is like, she's not accepting any responsibility for what Jax has done. It's everybody's fault, and so is Jax. And he's like, I've got the people that I want here who are mature and engaged. If you're talking about you want mature people at your party, you would not be there. So I don't get it, but okay. And he said, I told you not to trust any of these people. So are you talking about your friends? I hope they watch this, but they're going to be friends with him anyway, so whatever. And it's just like a hot ass mess. So they're excited about their 8-people party, and I'm more excited about to see Tom and Ariana's party, because it looks like it's going to be way more fun. So yeah, I was right. It looks way more fun at Tom and Ariana's party. They're having a good time. There's so many people there. They're having drinks, bubbles. James is DJing. They're having a great time. Charlie's like, who wants to be at Jax's retirement party, which is true. Like, and then they go to his party and it's just like him in the pool. Brett is there. Like, what kind of a traitor is that? Well, yeah, I guess because he works with Jax. I guess that's not a traitor. If Max was there, then it'd be like, what the hell? Um, Lauren from Utah's there. Who else? Oh, Stassi and Bo. And then Stassi throws shade about, is this Tom and Ariana's party? It's boring, and let's go back to the fun party. So Katie gives Dana some good advice and just telling her to like move the F on. There's plenty of guys and ladies out there. Yay, bisexuality. And then Ariana's hanging out with Kristen and Carter. I almost forget his name sometimes because he's weird and not always there. And so they're talking about like, how's it going? Kristen says we're dating, so whatever. With this relationship, it's so up and down. But they're dating. Ariana asks Kristen if she's heard from the people from the other pool party, and Kristen tells her that Sheena said that Stassi was talking trash about Ariana's house, saying like, what kind of pool party is it going to be? They don't have any furniture, which of course pisses Ariana off. But I don't remember Stassi saying anything. Maybe she did when the cameras were off, but I do remember Lauren from Utah saying that trash. I don't remember Stassi saying it, but maybe she did. And then Ariana is just like fed up because I feel like she's really tried with Stassi, try to be friends with her, try to like her. They had like a joint birthday party once. She like really tried because she did not like Stassi, but she's like, for the good of the group, I'll be friends with her, and she did. And she feels like this girl just keeps throwing jabs, and I'm like over it. So she's pissed naturally, of course, and I totally understand. But I didn't see any footage of Stassi saying any mess, so we'll see how that plays out. So the Toms have a little moment. They're always having a moment. They are in love. I'm not saying that they're gay, but they just need this is the relationship that will never end, and I'm here for it. Just let them be happy. And they're talking about the reinvesting, and I hope they do it. I know they're gonna do it. They'd be dumb not to. But they're just talking about how far they've come. And then James walk in and they talk about how far he's come, and they want him to DJ at the Tom and Tom anniversary party. And I was just like, oh, like he has come a long way. Katie comes in, she mentions it too because Tom is like a kind of like little selfishly like when you're the. I'm like, really? Like, nobody asked you to say that. And I don't like it when he does it to your wife. So just shut up. But Katie's just talking about like how much he's grown and how much she wanted to rip his head off before. But like, he's grown up and he's matured, and they even hug, which is weird. It's weird for the Toms, but I'm glad that they're moving on because I don't know, this makes me like Katie a little bit more. So we'll see. So we're back at the boring pool party, and Stassi sits Jax down to tell him, what's wrong with you? She's like, I'm not going to do this whole Jax is an asshole once a year thing. You're an asshole all the time. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because he is. And he's talking, she's like, it seems like you've lost your mind. He says, I've lost my mind. This is fake nonsense. He always does this. Anytime something good happens in the show, he wants to ruin it and make it all about him. So he has the attention on him. I'm not buying this, that he's lost his mind, he's suffering imbalances. He's just always been this way. This is nothing new. Why are they acting like this is someone new? And I'm really annoyed that Stassi's like, you're allowed to have like your depression and deal with your emotions and stuff. They didn't do that for like Ariana. They were like, oh, she's a bitch. And like, I mean, finally when she did tell them like, I'm depressed, then they were like, oh, it's okay. But then they still talk trash about her. So, but it's okay for Jax to act like a maniac. and he's allowed to do that. Like, I can't stand these people. I can't. I want to go back to the other pool party. So he's just talking about like how he's pushing Brittany away. Duh. Like, we all knew you were going to do this before you ever got married. So nobody's surprised. He's going to push her away. He's going to cheat on her if he already hasn't, which I feel like he has. This whole gym facade, going to the gym 5 million times a day. He might be going to the gym a lot, but I feel like he's doing some other stuff too. And it just is what it is. We are finally getting to a finale next week. Finally. This was like a long, mostly boring season. I don't know what they're going to do next season, but this episode is done, so I hope you enjoyed this review. I'm ready for the season to be done. I know I came in mad late with my reviews, but it is what it is. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on stephandkeytv. And go ahead and hit that little bell for notifications for when I upload some new content. And I'll see you later.